All right, coming back at you from the depths of Belforet. All right, so let me back up a couple days. 1,000 miles to go, training-wise. Ragbri is 132 days away. So I said, all right, went riding. What I thought was 10 miles wasn't, because when I clocked it with my bike computer the next day, it was like 7.8. So I said, oh well, I'll do 10 later. Next day, I clocked in 9.7. Third day, 9.7. No, fourth day, 9.7. I'll get my numbers right here. So on the fifth day, I figured out 10.3. And that is a very deep pothole. I know because my truck went through it earlier today. Anyways, so 10.3 miles. All right, found my 10 miles. I did it again the next day, and my cycling computer told me it was 10.27. And I'm like, okay, I can maybe see how I maybe didn't, go all the way through a curve. So I did it again the following day, day 6 probably, and it was, this time when I got home, it read 10.02. And I'm like, hold up, Mr. Cycling Computer, where are my point miles going to? So I'm starting to question that little thing. So this morning before work, I left early, got in my truck, and tripped the odometer, and headed out from my driveway into Cheryl's Meadow, into Belforet, and back home, the same path that I used on my bike for like the last 3 days. And my truck read 9.5. And I'm like, no! I've been telling people I've been going 10 miles, and my truck's making me a liar. So, on the way home from work today, I rode back into Belforet and tripped it again on this back little section where there's not many houses because they're still building them. And my truck told me this little loop back here is an additional 1.2. I said, okay, 9.5, 1.2, there we go, 10.7. So, that's what my truck tells me. Now, I'm going to give this little cycling computer one more shot. I started it up today when I left the house, doing this route. We'll see what it tells me when I get home. Maybe the magnet slid around a little bit. Maybe it's not reading right. I don't know. But I want to average at least 10 miles every day till Ragbri. All right, so Ragbri is the Register's annual Great Bike Ride across Iowa. And the Register is the Des Moines Register, is like a newspaper magazine thing. And 40 some odd years ago, 46, 47, 48, something like that, they started a bike ride. It was going to write an article about a couple people riding across Iowa. Well, it grew and grew and grew into the upwards of 20,000 bike riders a year now spend a week and ride across Iowa. This year, someone, I think his name was Tim or Bill, left a comment that said I need to do 115 miles a day. That's a very interesting number, considering I think the longest stretch this year is 74 miles with an optional loop to make it a century that day. So 115 is kind of a weird number, but I do know that when I ride Freeze the Keys, I do want to average 100 a day. That's just kind of the goal I'm setting for myself. Now, there will probably be days that I'll only do 60 to 80, and then I'm sure there'll be days that I do 120. So they'll average out to about 100 a day. But that's in the future. Someone else asked, I'm getting to Reddmage. I think I've kind of figured out, or where I was leaving my vehicle. I will have my sister drive my truck up to Iowa, take like a day and a half, drop me off the night before Reddmage starts, and then she'll come back to Louisiana in my truck, and then 6 days later she'll take off again and come up to the other side of Iowa to pick me up. That's kind of the plan I'm going with now, unless something drastically changes in the next couple months. That's kind of what the plan is. Also, someone asked if the rules had changed about individuals versus teams getting the week-long pass. What I've read on the website, it's on the website, they only allow so many week-long registrations. I get it. They put you in via the lottery, and April 1st was the deadline for registering. May 1st, I think they announce who all will receive the week-long riding pass, and they'll mail you out your little riding bracelet and the packet of information, all that good stuff. Now, if I don't get that, no biggie. I'll just ride it day by day. It'll be $30, $40, $50 more overall, something like that, for 7 days of each day band. But I'd rather just get the one band and be done with it, so I wouldn't have to worry about standing in line every morning trying to pay my fees for an additional band. But hey, whatever happens, happens. Also, people are telling me that they live, X amount of distance from Ames, X amount of distance from this town. That's great. Thank y'all. Really appreciate all the support and assistance y'all are offering. I'm just gonna say this: Reddmage, I'm treating as a week-long field test for my rig and my gear and myself for my Freeze the Keys cross-continent bike ride. Now, I could ride around town all day long and cover the same amount of miles with the same kind of gear, but when you can just go home and take a shower, that doesn't simulate the exact same deal as just being out there for a week at a time. So, well, you'll say, well, Reddmage is very supported and they'll carry your luggage for you, and there's places to sleep every night and multiple places to eat every day. Yep, I understand that, but they're not carrying my luggage. Every pound that I'll have with me will be on this bike or on my person, because that's what I'm doing. And yes, there will be food in every little town that we drive through. I get that. But I'll also have a week's worth of food on my bag. Mashed potatoes, ramen, my stove, good old times. It'll be like Appalachian Trail cuisine on 2 wheels. All right, so the people that sell, the peanut butter banana sandwiches, oh yeah, without a doubt, I will not pass that up. Here, there's this amazing rhubarb pie along the route, but I gotta get there first. But still training in the meanwhile. All right. Well, that's about my update for today. I'll get some math done, get it uploaded for y'all. Liza Le Bon Temps Roulette. See that? This thing is saying 11.56 miles. So it shortchanged me yesterday, and now it's just adding on extra, because my truck told me 9.5 and 1.2 all day long. That is 10.7, not 11.5. So I don't like this. It's not accurate, at least to my needs. So I guess what can you expect from a Academy $20 cycling computer?